Good morning. It's another bee day. Well, it's actually not morning. It's about it's not morning. It's about 2 o'clock. Oh, nonetheless, nice warm day. Crack into the hive. See what they got going on. If you're keeping up with our saga, we were infested by ants last week. Actually, it's funny. Got a dead one here, just kind of hanging on. So he must have just been left in the hive and had no way to leave. So that's a good sign. Crack into the sugar water up here. All right, no ants. All right, we are running low, but it's at least all going to the bees this time. Let me see if I can get you all a little bit closer in here so you can look at this. They're crawling right up in the top, and you can see around it, there's no bees. It needs to get cleaned out again. It's looking just a little bit funky, even though we cleaned it last week, so we'll take care of that. But it does look good. They are significantly more flighty than they were last week, but it's also a lot colder, or a lot warmer. Warmer is the opposite of colder. It's a lot warmer than it was last week. All right, so break these loose here. All right. Gonna put a whole lot of them right here out in front of it. And take the top off so that they can get in if they so choose to. All right, looky there. We are active today. Looky there. That's awesome. We're just going to check the top board here. Make sure my queen's not on it. Doesn't look like she is. I'm just going to set these here. And we'll get right into it. So it looks like they still have plenty of pollen patty. And I can see the front of the hive. They're going out, grabbing lots of different pollens out there right now. Main reason for today's inspection, we're going to see if we can spot the queen. We're just going to take a look, see if we can see her. But outside of that, we want to, outside of seeing if we can find the queen, I would like to finish a sentence. No. I would like to just see how close we are to needing to put on another box up top. So they say, 5 to 7 frames full with bees on it, actively working. Once you get there, you're going to want to go ahead and put another frame or another box of frames up on top. You don't want to wait for every frame to get full because this one's empty. You don't want to wait for every frame to get full because they'd start to feel too crowded before they finished up. There's a good chance they'd just leave. The queen would swarm. And you don't want to put it on earlier than that because if you do, that's a lot more space for them to have to defend. So they might not like that either. They might wind up getting robbed out if you do it later on in the season. And earlier on in the season, they may just build straight up instead of filling any of the boxes out. So we're just going to look. I can see they started up in the top right corner of this frame on my side. I'm guessing they're completely finished with it. Oh, yeah. Y'all are going to love that. Looky there. That's a pretty frame right there. All right, we've got some brood, some pollen. It looks like they're capping over honey up here at the top right. So that's pretty cool. This frame's a little bit of everything, which makes me think they are getting a little bit low on space. So I see brood in here. I don't see eggs, but that's okay. They really need to start building out some of these outer frames. Yeah, this is capped over honey up here, this white Up in the top right, there's brood down here. And then if you look at some of these cells that you can see that are glistening, that's nectar. And then the deeper colored cells, that's pollen. So that's great. I don't see my queen on this frame, nor do I really expect to. I don't see any eggs. They are making honey, which is good, because I bought honeybees. If they were making berries, I'd be upset. I didn't buy no berry bees. All right. Big, heavy frame. It's got some brood on it. I see. Okay, lots of eggs on this one. So my queen fairy might be on it. Don't see her. It's okay. I'm going to check the other side. She might be over here. Ooh, y'all got the pretty side to look at. Also, a lot of eggs over here. We've also got more honey up here in the top corner. So they're doing well. Some eggs and some larvae on this one. Capped brood, that's good. Just looking for a queen. I just had a bee land on my hand. And bees are pretty calm most of the time. They really don't want to mess with you. They don't want to sting you. So if you just don't react, don't get jumpy, you're probably going to be okay. I've only been stung once. Lots of eggs on this frame too. There she is, my queen. All right. Y'all can see her on there. That's her. Give me a second, see if I can point her out. I done lost her. She was on this frame. There she is. That's her right there. You can see she's a longer bee than the rest of them. But that's her. So she's going around. She's the one that's laying all the eggs. She'll be laying 2,000 a day. She's keeping the hive up and going. That's her. So every bee that comes out of this hive is coming from her. All right. I got so excited I let my smoker go out. All right, well, that'll be okay. I'm just going to kind of get them all knocked back in. I'm going to... Just get everybody put in there real quick. I am going to go ahead and just take this wax with me. I want to take the lump that they've got here in the middle off of it too, but they keep using it to get into the sugar water feeder, so I'm reluctant to take it away. Oh, goodness, girl, come on. What are you doing? Alright, I've got too much sugar here. Looks like there's some mold growing in it, which is obviously not ideal. I went about 10 feet from the hive and poured it all out, all that I could get out. We're going to see if in a couple weeks that wound up being a bad idea. I don't really want to get like an ant infestation. I've got to clean this out, so I'm just going to kind of shake everybody off of it. I didn't know how bad it was getting. Especially because I just cleaned it out the other day. Oh, yeah. All right. Try to get everybody out. Oh, one of those bees was just getting bounced in here. That was funny to watch, but I don't think she liked it very much. All right. I'm going to leave this out here kind of upside down for a little while. Well, there's me being indecisive because I want to get it done now. I want to just go ahead and knock it out, but I can tell that they don't like me being here. If you watch them, look, they're not happy. You can hear them. I can. I don't know how good the sound quality is. I'm going to do a few more shakes. All right, holding on for dear life. Come on, girls. It's time to go out. I didn't get stung, but I did scare myself. Come on. Just one left. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. Completely empty. right, and then we are gonna put this up on top. If it looks like it's gonna squish them, it's not. It's got a lip here, so they can kind of wander around up here and find nothing when I put it on this way. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna go clean this up, the sugar feeder, and then we'll get that set back up for them. They don't need more room up top yet. They've only got about 4 frames filled out. One of the other things I'm going to do, just while I'm here, I'm going to take the screen bottom board out. I'm going to get it cleaned. You can tell it's dirty. This is just where everything falls out of the hive. Have that in there while it's just been cold or just really not warm enough to keep out. But now having that out should let some ventilation through. It's got a screen at the bottom, so they should like that. Just so it can breathe a little bit more. And I'm also, now that we're up and running, good to go, I am going to go ahead and take out, my entrance reducer. But we're going to get this cleaned up because it's absolutely disgusting. Here, I'll bring it in. So you look, that's lots and lots of pollen that just kind of falls through. All right, we've got that cleaned. Go ahead and open this up here. We got a couple of bees climbing on top of each other on the inner. Yep. Here. I need that. I need that. Oh, sorry. You got it on track. I'm not going to do that. I'm not really just more watching this. There we go. Perfect. Well, my perfect. All right, and before they start rushing up here, I say that, and look, we've already got a friend here. That on. And this time, it is not boiling. It's a little warm, but it is not boiling water. As I have mentioned before, you got to water your bees, but you shouldn't be boiling them. Ugh. Lid would be helpful. Well, this part's dirty too. All right, well, give me a minute. I got to go clean this. All right, I'm back. And I know you missed me. Now, both parts are clean. See, we went for like 3 or 4 weeks without any kind of grossness in it. And then I squished a bee. Oopsies. Well, she's squished now. Dadgummit. I don't think there's anything I can do about that except scrape the bits off of her that are still there. I lifted it up and she didn't move, so she's dead. I didn't mean to do that. All right, but just one. Whoopsies. One's not the biggest number, so we can call it a win. It's weird that the sugar water feeder stayed so clean for forever. I got all the ants out of it, and then all of a sudden it was growing some mold in it right afterwards. So we'll try it again. I don't think that the ants were doing anything to prevent the mold, but I guess they might have been. Just grab my wax trophies. One more thing, I've got these tiles. Now that I've got that screen board underneath gone, everything would just fall down onto the stand that I've got it on. And I don't have a way to clean it easily. I guess I could go under the hive and clean it, but I really don't want to do that. So I've got these a couple of these tiles here that I'm going to slip in underneath. Just so that anything that falls down, instead of falling on my holder down here, will fall on these tiles, at least the vast majority of it, and that will be significantly easier for me to clean. I can just grab these tiles, clean them off, check for mites. So that'll be better for me. But I've said it once, I'll say it again. I don't know why you watched all this, but I sure am glad you did. Thanks.